Hey there, friends and fellow pigsters. The live stream is coming right up, so you guys should sit down, kick back, maybe grab a cold one and enjoy the wait. And if you're a fan of elevator music, well, you're in luck, because you could expect about 10 minutes of it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Piggy says when he goes live. Hey there, friends and fellow pigsters. The live stream is coming right up, so you guys should sit down, kick back, maybe grab a cold one and enjoy the wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Piggy says when he goes live. Hey there, friends and fellow pigsters. The live stream is coming right up, so you guys should sit down, kick back, maybe grab a cold one and enjoy the wait. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see what Piggy says when he goes live. Penis. Okay, there you go. Good audio. Good video. Good everything. Hey there. This is a little bit of a makeup stream. I know I didn't do one Sunday. I did one yesterday, but I felt like shit yesterday, TBH. I didn't feel comfortable with that stream. I didn't like it a lot, so today I thought I'd do a little bit of a hot stream. I have some topics I want to go through, some things I want to run by, some really hot topics. I'm trying out the different scenes in OBS, so it's gonna be a hot little bit of a test stream as well. So we're gonna see how well those work. But pretty much, again, I want to do these streams. I want to do more of these. I want to have something official done. As a matter of fact, we're working on something. Me and your boy, me and your you and me right there watching this. See, you got the notification now. Hopefully we could get some official sort of stream action done soon enough. Just got back from Office Max getting some blank business cards for the Hot Anytime project. Boy, you already know. Vogue was worth the effort to download it. I'm glad it was, man. Gumroad is a great website, to be honest. Gumroad is great, but it's my bad because I have those up as RAR files, assuming that people are going to download them on their desktops. But what I should do is that I should just upload each and every individual video to the website so you could stream it from the website. But it's just weird. They have a little bit of a weird tip when it comes to that. It's really good for what it does. I thought the stream said ROK, which is Republic of Korea, South Korea, not the Democratic. What is it? What do the North Koreans call themselves? The Democratic Republic of North Korea. No, this is RKO. That's one of the topics I want to go over today because it's kind of hot. I bought those overalls today. I'm sorry. I saw that on Instagram. I was very sexually aroused. Let me see. Oh yeah, there you go. I was aroused by that, but I wasn't aroused by the lack of beard. So if you saw the previous video that I uploaded today on what do you call this, on YouTube, you would have seen the chin. I put a little bit of a chin reveal there on purpose just to tease the kiddies. So you see that there's a little bit of a bearded action. It's not a hard beard. It's not a Allah Ak beard, but it's a hot beard there. So that's what I wanted to go for. Hello there, my favorite yeeters. See, that's what I wanted. I wanted a good old-fashioned yeet today. What's up, Eric? How you doing, man? So today I have a couple different topics that I want to go through. I have a couple different things I want to go. You saw the title. You already know what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Parlour deck. I'm going to talk about a principal being, or supposedly attempted being RKO'd. And then I'm going to talk about a topic I saw on Reddit. And hopefully some tips so you could get your start on your maximized virginity. It's tax season, after all, right? It's tax season, so you should get a return on your virginity. Am I right? You put in your virginity, so you should get a hot return on the virginity. Yeah, I'm late. As a matter of fact, this time I'm early. I'm early for Sunday. You could say that this is Sunday stream, right? Do or do not buy the Parlour deck. That is a question because Stefan knows I need more decks. Are you talking about these? Is this what we're talking about right here? I have a review coming for these on Monday. I'm still waiting for a gentleman to send me the fucking files. Omar, we shot some stuff in his house. Really kind of a weird video. But I'm what do you call this shit? I am hyped for it, man. I'm hyped. I can't tell you how excited I am to see Omar going for a project like this, and hopefully it's gonna come to fruition for him. But that's one of the things I wanted to talk about. Eric is gonna overdose on decks. Yeah, I feel like you have a problem. This is actually an intervention stream, Eric. I know I said that I have a list of topics, but no, this is really an intervention stream. We're here for you, dog. We're here to make sure that you I'm sorry, I just read ball tickler. I've never heard of a beard called a ball tickler. I've heard the little chin thing called a flavor saver. That's one thing I've heard it referred to before, a flavor saver. So yeah, this is intervention, dude. You buy too many decks. You know what? Daniel too. Daniel Cabrera, you also buy too many fucking decks. Alright, Daniel. You and your ridiculous fucking deck collection. He just handed me some hot cards today. As a matter of fact, let me see if I could show some of these. Well, I got the bananas. I got the new bananas, but today, if there's one deck I want to talk about, it's right here. See if I could do this hot little bit of a production. Look at that. We got one production here, and then another production. That's for the blind retarded people. But let me see if this is even going to work. I have a little bit of a slideshow going, but unfortunately, one of the things about OBS is that I can't manually change slides. So you're going to have automatic slides. All the topics I want to go through, they're going to cycle. So you're going to see them cycling in the background, which is really dumb. But you're going to see my video reaction version here. So look at this. You see the mode? Look at this hot mode that I have here. I'm really adding that production value here. Look at this. What's going on here, dude? What are things happening? Things are happening. All right, things are definitely happening. So yeah, let me go back here, RQ. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about in particular was the Parlour deck. The Parlour deck, which is actually right here. See that? These are both the Parlour decks. This is the blue one and the red deck. I went to Omar's studio, Gentleman Wake. I went to his studio a couple hot days ago, and he gave me these prototypes, and the box is stupid. Now, I'm very biased. I'm going to be honest. I'm biased because it's Gentleman Wake. So even if he had come out with a shit deck, I would have said that it's a phenomenal deck. But this is not a shit deck by any means. Not even close to a shit deck. This is probably one of the most bits of effort I've seen into cards. And here's the thing that you guys need to know about Gentleman Wake. Gentleman Wake's a little bit of a perfectionist when it comes to his thing. He's not gonna accept anything that's subpar. So let's say that, for example, you come from a YouTube channel where essentially your channel's predicated on the idea of shit and shit production value, and you really pay very little attention to aesthetic value of your channel. You're gonna have a hard time making a video with Gentleman Wake. So he's someone that doesn't strive for anything less than excellence, and these are pretty fucking, if you look at the box, the detail on the box is fucking stupid. He's gonna go with Cardamundi. These are gonna be Cardamundi, so you see on the bottom here, it's Cardamundi. Very nice, very nice. Stockholm 17. That guy's ridiculous. But these are gonna be that nice B9 sort of stock, which is my favorite. My favorite types of tumors. But this is gonna be something that I'm gonna be talking about more in depth on Monday with a nice little bit of a review. Nice little bit of a review where I invaded the Gentleman Wake Studios. Here's the problem. Here's the problem. I haven't been able to touch the cellophane, guys. I can't give a true review on these decks of cards because he said, he handed me the prototypes and he said, unfortunately, there's no cellophane, piggy. You're not gonna have cellophane here. Now I don't know if that's gonna be for the other deck. I don't know if that's gonna be for the official deck when it comes out. But the Cardamundi, they usually have a double cellophane, which really makes me happy. I don't know if that's gonna be the case. I'm hoping that there's cellophane, but at least in the prototypes there isn't cellophane. Which, to be honest, let's be honest, I kind of wanted to stab him in the neck, because you guys know how much I love cellophane. I sleep on cellophane. I like to kind of like sexually asphyxiate myself with cellophane. Fun fact about me, if you ever have to play what's it, Newlyweds, I like to get sexually choked by cellophane. But the prototypes didn't have cellophane. But yeah, so this is pretty much what the box is gonna look like. It's the skin feel. I don't want to spoil the review, but there's a definite embossing of the lettering, so you feel it more on your skin. Now the cards themselves, I played around with them. These are obviously prototypes, but the design is you see how stupid that is? How much detail there is in that fucking design of this? Like, hello? The deck that I'm coming out with is like the opposite of this. The deck that I'm coming out with is like the opposite of this. It's pretty much a very minimal sort of aesthetic. But this one is a very nice. It's not to the point that I hate very busy designs on cards when it comes to like what do you call this, a devil stabbing somebody in like an angel stabbing the devil. I hate those decks. But this one, it's a nice classic design. You see that it's actually Gentleman Wake in the spade. So if you look at the spade, there's a Gentleman Wake logo on it. So that's something that I enjoyed a lot. But it's clearly a deck that he spent a lot of effort and a lot of time making sure that everything is as pristine. But I'm going to show you guys more of this in the actual review come Monday. But this is just a little bit of a teaser. You see that? Man, what a fucking phenomenal. What a phenomenal fucking... I wish I had this much care when it came to shit. I honestly wish I had this much care when it came to stuff. But I'm really proud of him. I'm really proud to see where it's come. And I really hope that the project's a success. It's going to come up on the 15th, I believe. So 15th Monday, the deck is going to be live on Kickstarter. So hopefully, if you guys are interested in a deck, send some love to the Gentleman Wake. Again, he's one that I'm really glad that I met. Him, Daniel, you know, through YouTube. Again, you have magicians. You have fucking magicians behind their keyboards, ranking on YouTube magicians and saying, "Oh, it's bad for the community. Oh, it's bad for..." No, it's bad for your website. It's bad for your website. All right. It's not that it's bad for your website, because if anything, it's gonna have more, and it's gonna have more of a young demographic and even an older demographic go back to magic websites and purchase things, right? So, fucking, if it wasn't for YouTube, I wouldn't have met you and me. I wouldn't have met Omar. You know, the things would have been infinitely different, and I'm grateful to YouTube for that. But Omar's someone that I've known for quite a bit of time now. You guys saw me on a stream, look his video up for the first time, and just seeing his deck of cards come to fruition is something that I'm fucking... I can't even put to words. I don't want to be gay, but I can't put it to words. Hopefully, you know, when I come out with my stuff, I hope the community feels the same. But at least for him, I'm fucking ecstatic to see these go out actually into print. But they're gonna be up on the 15th. So on Monday, I'll definitely put a little bit of a review, and I'll send people his way. So that's gonna be fun. How's your legs? Still here, man. Still a little bit of a hot. Still a little bit of a hot hot cast. I'm hoping to take it out tomorrow. We'll see. I don't want to give more details as to preclude myself here. I love you too, bro. Look at that, man. I got some brother love, some DC love there. White power. That's the white power sign. I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but that's the white power sign right there. See that? That's some heat. How long did it take for this deck to manufacture? He's been working on it for a long time now. I know that he was sending me the proofs and sending me the you know, the concept of the deck, and sending me that for I can't even tell you the date, but I know it's been quite a while, because just going back and forth with Omar is an endeavor in itself, in a good way, because he kind of pushes you. You know, he kind of pushes you to have excellence. So that's something that I really do appreciate it. So I'm sure it was the same with Stockholm 17. I'm sure he went back and forth disgustingly with Stockholm, but he really fucking killed it with this, and I really hope that people see it. You saw it in the video. He made a video on his channel. He's not launching a deck, he's launching a brand, and you know, for that I'm very proud. Him and his wife are excellent. Him and his wife are fucking excellent. If you don't follow Liza, Daniel's her biggest fan, but she's fucking hysterical. Like, she's funny as shit. Take it out with the piggy saw. Yeah, I don't think that'll be good for the I don't think that's good for the lawyer. If I just take it off with the piggy saw, that might take out some of the stuff coming my way. But yeah, if let's see. So this is the Parlour deck section. Again, I want to have just a picture of what do you call this? I have the picture coming up, but it's, let's see when it comes up. Let's see when this fucking bullshit comes up. I literally had it, but it's a slideshow because on OBS right there. So that's his video. Go check it out after this stream. Check it out if you haven't checked that out already. But that's what he's presenting. It's a nice video. When he showed it to me, I'm jealous. I wish that I could have that production value. But again, what am I? Look at this. This is, I'm talking to a phone. And like, there's wrinkles here. Like, there's, you know, if this were something that he'd be doing, he'd probably be losing his mind. So obviously, for his deck, he's going to be very nitpicky. If anybody has any questions about it, I'll be glad to answer as much as I know about the actual Parlour deck, because this is the Parlour deck section of this particular stream. So if anybody has that, I would like to address those right now. Let me see if anything else. Jesus. Does your computer have leprosy? No, I clean it. I rub it with alcohol on a fairly consistent basis. Are they UME pass friendly? I don't know, man. I was teaching UME Evoke today. I hope you could perform it, Daniel. I hope you could actually perform it. I'm testing you next time, by the way. But I was teaching him the Evoke method today, and I was seeing his pass. His pass has improved a lot. You know, if you saw what it first started out with to now, it's improving because he's working on it. But it's definitely UME pass friendly. Does Omar like your ball tickler? You know, I don't know. I don't know. He's growing a beard now, as you saw in that video. If you look at his new video, he's growing a beard now, and I'm so fucking jelly. How does a man grow such a fucking like legit? I'm here growing like a terrorist beard. He has like a refined. Oh, Xavier saw your pass today. How so? How so? And the Joker stab is awesome. Hey, man, I'm glad you're enjoying that, dog. I'm glad you're enjoying that. You know what I noticed? I noticed that the, what do you call this? Shit. I did a trick called the invisible deck on YouTube. I taught it, and it was very, very similar to Vogue. Because Daniel brought it up. He's like, look at this trick. This trick is awesome. And that's what reminded me of Vogue. Because the one that I put on YouTube involves a 12-card set. And this one only involves a 4-card set. So to me, it's a little bit more streamlined in that sense. But I'm going to do a photo shoot tonight. Good luck, man. You're going to have to suck some dick, unfortunately. You're going to have to suck some dick, man. What's the Parlour goal? I'm not sure what the Parlour goal is. But I think that the cards themselves are probably going to be between 10 and 15. Between 10 and 15. I'm thinking 15. Just because of the work put into it. You know, again, I think you're supporting the man, you're supporting the brand. So to me, I think 15 is well worth seeing the work that he put in this. So that might be the actual price itself, but it's gonna be tiered. It's gonna be tiered, so it's gonna depend on the actual. It's gonna depend on the levels of what you get. So that might be it. But I mean, again, I'm biased, so take that for what it's worth. But I think that it's definitely worth that, just seeing the effort, the time, and everything that he put into coming through with this. Wow, only 24 people. Ass, you should give up on your YouTube dream. Okay, what's your profile picture there? Some sort of video game reference? Obviously 13, obviously going through puberty, obviously going through hormonal imbalance. It's okay, that's insane. What do you do on your channel? Roblox? You do Roblox tutorials? What do you do on your channel, man? I want to know, what do you do on your channel? Is it the pussy? Is it the do you know what a pussy looks like? That's insane. Do you know what a pussy looks like? Yeah. How did your mom let you out with the computer, dude? How did your mom let you out with the? That's kind of weird. You're on a computer unsupervised. Usually I tell her to make sure that you know, you're on that kids lock. I don't understand how you're on the computer without my permission. Oh boy. Well, you know, whatever. I'll let it be this time. But next time, you know, you're really gonna get it. I'm gonna put you back in the chair. You know, I'm gonna tie you back to that chair. So seriously. How up? Goshman girl is with me. I only have $60 left because I bought a tux. Next page. What'd you buy a tux for, man? What'd you buy a tux for? The mentalism right now. What are you talking about? The mentalism right now? I don't know what you mean. Do we have any questions on the any more questions on the Parlour deck? Any more? Oh, prom. Damn, I forgot it's prom season, dude. I forgot it's prom season. I told his mom that he could get on as long as she said she won't go to court. Okay, all right, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad, Stefan, because you know I understand that they're trying that multiple father thing, you know, but sometimes, you know, that's not gonna be a good thing, man. Sometimes that's not gonna be a good thing, because, you know, maybe I say something that might, you know, disregard what you say, or that might disregard the other 10 dudes that are coming inside of his mom on a daily basis. So, you know, so it might depend. It might depend, honestly. Shit. Okay. Printed with Cardamundi. Yeah, these are gonna be Cardamundi. See right there on the bottom, Cardamundi, on both sides. Buh. Upgraded to mentalism. Good shit, bro. I'm glad, man. As a matter of fact, I was just commenting back on Mr. Burns's question, or Mr. Burns's query on that trick I just put up, the principle on graphology. Now, graphology is obviously a fake Graphology is a little bit of a fake science and a fake subject, but I think that its principles still apply very well to mentalism style tricks. And I put a trick on the Mentalism Academy, if you want to call it, using that. So that's kind of a hot one. But I'm glad, man. Thank you for definitely upgrading Jack's Regret. I appreciate it. I'm opening my Hot Peelers V2 that I got from UME right now. He just gave me one. He just gave me a deck of those, as a matter of fact. From this, so I could ever fucking take it out of this box. Oh yeah, dude. That's how you know I can't be gay, because I just put this in my mouth and I gagged after 3 seconds. Okay, so these right here, these hot ones. This is gonna be more akin to what my deck is gonna look like, by the way, just for you guys to have a little bit of a teaser. I'm really a fan of that minimalist design. So this is going to be something of a kind. If you want to kind of have an idea, that's going to be what I'm going for with the first deck. The second deck is going to be a little bit special. I'll say a little bit special. I'm not going to say much more than that. But let's see. Hold up. There's something else here. Do you seriously spend over 40 hours, not minutes, a week playing with cards? Can't tell if you're joking. If then, wow, the only thing I play for 40 hours. I don't think I've ever said 40 hours. That's not even... No, I mean, I would definitely... It's probably a high number, to be honest. It's definitely a highish number. But when it comes to cards and stuff, I tend to always have cards in my hands when it comes to what I'm doing, you know, like editing and doing stuff that for the channel and things like that. I always have cards in my hand. So whatever time I spend editing, whatever time I spend doing the mundane, you know, checking email, that's what I'm holding in my hand, practicing little moves. So, but I don't think it's 40 hours. That would be nuts. I enjoy kicking other people's axes. I have an instinct for strategy games and high-level thinking, but I can't because I'm an adult, unlike y'all, I presume. That's funny. That's kind of fucked up. You're assuming that my audience is of 9-year-olds, like it's some sort of ghetto-ass PewDiePie. But I think we have... My demo here, it's 18 to 35. So you do have some people come in from time to time, like this virgin. What's the virgin? What's the virgin here? What's the virgin? That's insane. But you know, that's a... Well, we're just talking about you, man. We were just talking about these hot decks. I was talking about this particular deck and how they should check this puppy out. Oh, that's funny. Okay, I didn't realize that was a copy paste. But yeah, but this we're just talking about you, Omar. We're just talking about you. Honestly, I was kind of like, if you would have heard me, you would have felt uncomfortable. You would have felt uncomfortable. Because I was really hamming up your attractiveness. That's number one. I was also hamming up the amount of detail to the point of sometimes frustration, and the fact that you strive for nothing other than excellence. Fucking excellence when it comes to stuff. So for example, the example that I gave is if you have like a 5'2" budding YouTuber try to approach you and do a video, you know, you're gonna be frustrated because of the fact that I set up one camera to my detriment. No, man, I was just saying how that's especially applied to these, you know. I can't even imagine the amount of back and forth and the amount of effort that went through the production of this, you know. Just the stupid little details that people kind of like take for granted, I think is definitely something of note when it comes to knowing you and how you do things. So I was just teasing this. But if you guys have any questions, I'm sure Omar, Gentleman Wake here, would be glad to answer. I did get some questions on the deck. You know, Cardamundi, you're going with them. You know, the actual stock itself. Some people had a question about the wrapping. I said that that's the only negative. The only negative is the fact that the prototypes here don't have any sort of cellophane. You know, because I love the cellophane. I'm gonna actually convert this channel to an ASMR channel because I need to get views, and it seems like ASMR gets views, so I'm actually gonna do that. I don't care what people think. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna change this. I'm gonna change this to an ASMR channel. It's sad you have not recovered your leg. Yeah. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to take the cast off, but we'll see. We shall see. No problem. The deck and probably will be sellout. See, that's what I like. That's especially what I like about Cardamundi. Cardamundi surprised me so much whenever I opened the B9, the Copac 310s. I first of all, I ripped the cellophane. I'm like, oh fuck cellophane. Fuck yes, cellophane. I was so excited about the cellophane. And then I opened the flap and there was more cellophane. There were 2 cellophanes. Oh, fuck. I can't even, right now I can't because I'm on camera and I don't want to get torqued on camera because then I'll get age restricted and I don't want to get age restricted. So, you guys remember this? You guys remember this? You guys remember this shit? From my video? I forgot what video. This I forgot this from like my pattern from a video. And I wanted to really go in depth about the origin and history about it. Can you deliver decks in India? Yeah, I'm pretty sure the shipping for this is gonna be worldwide, right, Omar? That's gonna be hot worldwide. The cast is lined with a 5 of hearts cards. Nice. You know what I need to do? I need to find a way to put like a cast on the king. I'll put a cast on one of the kings on my deck. Forget the Mill Gamer says hi, and then oof. Hey man, I guess that's a term. That's something people do, I guess. I remember you doing a drawing of Matthew Furman. Did I? I don't remember that. I don't remember that. We want Jerry. We want Chad Kroger. Gentlemen awake. We want your wife dressed as Chad Kroger. That's what we want. Jesus. Goshman girl. I'm actually Goshman girl. So you're adding to the
it was done.
You're adding to the female demographic of my channel. So funny. Definitely worldwide shipping. There you go. Hotness. Heatness actually. The deck is gonna be on Kickstarter on the 15th, which is Monday. Dead Angel. So you could look at for that. I'm gonna come up with a review once I get the fucking video files. Once I get the fucking video files. Apparently Dropbox is running a scam here. So once I get those, awake/video/the Parlour. Right there. No, I didn't get him. Let me see. You sent them? Okay. Then I need to check. I'll check again. Jesus. Okay, let me do this. Let me go there. Let me go here. This is very professional, by the way. I like this. I'm checking. I'm checking shit here. Shared. Let me go to shared. Okay, I got it. So Parlour review zip, right? Okay. Yeah, so I'm gonna get that and fucking Jesus, that's gonna be a fun time. 8 gigabytes of video files for a pig cake review. My reviews are usually under 2 gigs. That's what it is. It's 2 gigs, and then I'm hey guys, penis muncher, munching penis here with another video. Today we're gonna be talking about 411 and how we should investigate 411. So it's not that much though. That's what's weird. Yeah, man. You know what? I guess yeah, you're right. It was a codec. Let me just talk nerd shit here, because the 5D. I'm also looking at it. The codec on that is stupid. Like the output is fucking. The files are unnecessarily huge. But luckily now with that recorder, it's fucking making everything super simple. The Parlours look dope, but I'm more interested. yeah, guys, you might want to check out that video, the Gentleman Awake. I do a face review. I show up. Honestly, if that's my face, I wouldn't be here right now. I'd be modeling. Gentlemen, if that was my face, in the video, I'd be modeling right now. I wouldn't be doing YouTube videos. I'd be seeking employment in the male modeling industry. Jesus. I'm glad you think that was a meme, by the way. I'm glad you were thinking that was a meme, because no, it's facts. It's facts. Shit. Okay, you could be the next David Copperfield. I mean, I wish. I don't have the hairline for that, to be honest. I don't have the hairline for that. So the next topic here that I want to go through, I want to go through a specific thing, because these streams, what I want to do is I obviously want to go through topics I felt before. I'm like, oh, let me just ramble for 2 hours, but no, I'm trying to refine. I'm trying to refine these streams. I'm trying to make it something of an entertainment value for your time. So I'm going through particular ones. The first one here was obviously this deck in particular, the hot and heavy Parlour deck. Oh boy, Monday. I think that's the final thing, right? Monday, Kickstarter. You could look it up. April 15th, tax day. For most people, that's a fun day because they're getting a little bit of a refund, or that's the time when they should hopefully be receiving some sort of refund on the taxes they paid. Not me. I did this. This is what Uncle Sam did to me. This is what Uncle Sam did to me right here. This is what Uncle Sam right here. He stuck his wrist deep in my butt for my taxes. That was fun. I can't wait to do it again next year, honestly. I'm really excited for the whole process of going through what I owe next year. Oh shit. Oh man. Too short to model. I can model, cunt. All right, I could be a model myself. It's just gonna have to be for kids magazines. It's gonna have to be for children's magazines of children, but I could still model. What do you think that I work on this bod for nothing? All right, even though I haven't done shit for 6 weeks because of this fucking literal and metaphorical crutch. This piece of shit that hasn't me allowed to do anything for the past month. Is there a hole in my pants? No. Okay, I thought I had a hole on my pants so you could see my gooch. What was it? Okay, so next topic was something that I read on the news today, and I wanted to kind of like refer back to it. Let me see if I can find it here. Let's see, video reaction. Okay, so that's the deck, but here's the thing. Now I gotta fucking wait. That right here, because it's an automatic stream. So this is a story about a guy who decided to do an RKO to his principal. Now here's the worst part. It was an attempt at an RKO. It wasn't an actual RKO. It was an attempt at an RKO. An RKO is a wrestling move where you grab the you grab the perk by the head and you drop them. It's a wonderful meme move. You have kids doing it from time to time. But this particular individual tried to do it to his principal. Let me tell you something about doing RKOs and doing it to your principal of a school. Honestly, I don't think that's an intelligent thing. Let's see, Paul Ritchie.
Or just one.
Just popped in on smoke break. Peace out.
Thank you for those hot $2 popped in from a smoke break. Peace out. Well, thank you. Peace in, dog. I appreciate those hot $2 roonies, $2 but yeah, so this kid apparently tried to RKO his principal, which is a fantastic maneuver to do on someone that is of age. Of course, this is in Florida, so people tend to think that Florida is this magical state where everything that can go wrong does go wrong. So we have massive inbreeding here. We have people fucking deer. We have roadkill burgers, but here's the thing. Let me explain this once and for all. North Florida is where shit goes down. All right, North Florida is southern Georgia. That's not technically a part of Florida. Now, yes, I know it says Miami. All right, we do have some shit happen here, but it's a rarity. All right, it's a rarity. What's the last thing that happened to Miami? We had a zombie outbreak. We had a zombie homeless man bite somebody's face off. That's it. That's all that's happened. A guy high on bath salts. What is that? That's nothing. But that happened like 18 years ago. All right, so this is the exception. But most of the things take place in northern Florida. Northern Florida is anything north of I want to say Fort Lauderdale. So that's something that tends to happen past Fort Lauderdale. Anything under here, under Fort Lauderdale, we're in northern Cuba. That's the way things work here. We're northern Cuba. So whatever rules apply in the normal U.S. don't apply here. They apply in northern Florida. So I just want to establish that right off the bat. The lady that ran you over too, yeah, that was another fun thing. But that's, I'm sure she's from... I was going to be really racist right there, but I couldn't be. Thank God I prevented myself because I was about to be really racist. Thank you. You almost baited me. You almost baited me into that. Oh man. What's going on, RKO? The Florida man was an armless guy in Miami stabbing. Yeah, we're all about coke down here, man. We're all about coke down here, which I didn't realize was a thing until you start going to bars and you start seeing people do lines in the bathroom, and you're like, why? You're at the shittiest bar in Miami. Why are you gonna do a line so you could get excited to be in a shithole in a dive bar? What are you doing? He didn't hit the RKO, Lindsay. He didn't hit the RKO. He actually attempted to hit the RKO, but he was still charged with battery on that. Why did I write video? I wrote video here. Oh yeah, okay. So here's the thing. There's potential video of this. There's video of him attempting this on the principal, but the police have it. We don't have it. So what I want is I want to have to do a little bit of an update on this particular bit once the video comes out of him attempting to do the RKO. So yeah, it is disappointing. I really wish that they had the video because I want to see a child, a literal child. You see him. He looks like every papi, every puto in the game. And the judge is just an angry, upset African-American woman that's clearly seen too much tomfoolery. But I really want to see the video of him attempting that. But that's going to be for a future update. You know, that's going to be for a future update. In particular, Florida man pays his taxes, love it. That's the polar opposite. That's the polar opposite of what I'm experiencing. All right, it's not that I'm enjoying it. I'm happy to do my civic duty as an American and pay my taxes, but at the same time, it really puts me down. It really puts me down because that's money that I could have spent on equipment, on upgrading production value, on investing it back in the channel. Those are the things I could have done, but instead I gave it to Uncle Sam, who's gonna use it to what? To fix a road that I'm never gonna see, huh? To I don't know, to work on an infrastructure that's not gonna apply to me. All right, I don't know. I'm just salty and bitter. Can you make a racially insensitive joke for my friend Sean right now? Who's Sean? Where's Sean from? Where's Sean from? Hold up. Well, you don't earn enough to pay taxes. Don't lie to us. That's what I thought. That's a conversation I had with my my tax lady. Sean's a 9. But where is he from? Sean's a white name. That's a white cracker name. So where's he from? He's a 9, but you know, is he a bar 9 or is he a magic convention 9? Because those are two very different. Those are two very different ratings. If you're a magic convention 9, that means that you're a bar 4. I would say a name here, but I really don't want to have any sort of backlash on me for saying a name of a magician. That's a magic 8, but a bar 4. You guys could take guesses if you want. But yeah, that's the conversation I had with my tax lady, and now she's like, no dude, if you made it you have to report it. I'm like, all right, thank you lady. I'm glad I'm gonna get my asshole reamed. Sean says I'm actually a 10, so Sean's actually jumping on here. He's white, he's from the white lands of California, but he's like a bar 9. He's seen a vagina once. You've seen a vagina once, but you're not interested in magic? Like you don't do any sort of like gay magic tricks? Because that's the key to solidifying having a modicum of normalcy, you know? Like if you don't do any magic, like that's already a step up. That's already like a huge advantage. But if you are somebody that, even if you've ever done like one trick as a joke, you know, you already lose like 20 pussy points. That's guaranteed. But I really can't say anything about you, man. You're a non-magician from what I've seen. You if you're a 10, I really have to see a picture of you. I'm sure that I'm gonna get some sort of DM with a picture of your face and or penis. I really hope it's more of the latter. Fucking H&R fucked us good this year. How does that mean, man? That's a random Sean. What the fuck? Arrest him. That's not your Sean. That's a random Sean. I don't believe that. I believe that that's the same Sean, unless there just happened to have been a Sean watching this, which is possible. But I can't see the views, but I have to imagine that they're not substantial enough to warrant that. Can you make the stale stench vanish from a recently vacated Ecuadorian bedsit? No, unfortunately. Too much pupusa smell. I don't know what Ecuadorians eat. I just always assume that it's pupusa or what do you call this? Yambo? No, that's a restaurant. I'm thinking of like, I'm being really racist. The other day I was with a Nicaraguan, as they say, and then I pointed to a Peruvian restaurant, and I'm like, hey, look, we could have food from your motherland, and you see how racist I am, because I'm generalizing. That's a type of racism, but I found it funny at the time. I just realized you didn't react to the vagina Photoshop on Phoebe's pig. You don't know what it was. I need to check that again, man. It's actually not Sean. This is crazy. Can you believe me? I'm driving and high, so I can afford to keep typing. I'm kidding. I'm only driving. You should get into comedy, Top Notch. I would love to see a Top Notch comedy, but I feel like if you do like an actual stand-up show and you fail, like that's not gonna be good. That's not gonna be good. You do the standard comedian drinking yourself, and that's not gonna be good for anyone. Let's see what's going on here. Why yes and why no? It's a pussy. No, I'm just a random Sean. I'm Irish, and all I eat 8 potatoes. That's a very fucking confusing thing. But hey, man, I'm glad I got some Irish fans. Dude. That's fun to have. I'm always kind of excited whenever I get some overseas people, and I'm always surprised to see how many people from the across the pond enjoy my content. Nah, but we're both taking pictures tonight, so hell yeah. That's fucking weird, to be honest. Is that something you do? That's something girls do, man. Girls go on photo shoots. They go and take pictures of themselves. It's usually in front of very basic artistic walls. Unfortunately, here we have a section of the city called Wynwood, which by the way, I would say 6 years ago, if you went there, you would have been shot by an angry black person. Let's be honest. All right, I'm just being honest here. But now it's a very hot touristy area, so you have a bunch of people going, taking pictures against walls and posting them. Even though if you just swipe to your Instagram, you see all the same bitches taking pictures in the same spots. Yo, GTG gotta finish. Let me know if all the files are good. I will, man. I will. I'll get to work on it today. I'll do the I'll download it today, and then when it's done downloading and zipping by Saturday, hopefully I should have it done by Monday afternoon. You like the joke there? There's a fan aimed at my computer right now to make sure that I could stream. That's that lets you know my production value here. I went on a photo shoot down at the county jail. Yeah, but those are only 2 pictures. Honestly. They eat Ecuadorian food, fam. That's funny. Hey, it's Friday. Where's Big Brother? I think we're in America time here. RB, we're in America time. But not only where's Big Brother, but where's Brian? I want to see where Brian is, because he has a hot project coming out on Friday. I'm really glad to have been even a little bit of a part on that. I wonder how the 20 fine folk in this chat would like to hear about our potential fundraising project. Ooh. Should I start teasing that? Should I start teasing the fact that we're gonna probably crowdsource a video because it requires a venue? Should I start teasing that? I don't know if I should. I don't know if I should. Maybe. But we have a little bit of a hot idea that it's gonna involve a little bit of a crowdfunding because of the venue and the location, but the output and the video is something that I think is gonna be fucking great. But unfortunately, it does require some hot funds. But that's something that I do want to make an individual video about. So that's gonna be fun to do. But the output, I think it's gonna be great from what we're talking about. I think it'll be phenomenal. Yeah, Gentleman Wake is killing it here. I feel like him. You're not gonna settle for anything less than That's imperfect. Is it gonna be a cardistry con? No, no. This is a separate video. I don't know why people keep asking me about cardistry con. I rather step on my penis with like what is it, the things that women have? I've never seen a pussy, but with the platform shoes, I rather do that. But this is a separate thing that we're planning. But the details are gonna be all in a video. But case in point, if there's enough interest. By the way, let's go to cardistry con. You wanna do it? You wanna do it, bro? Let's go to cardistry con. Ah, shit, man. Don't tell me that. Don't tell me that, man. Listen, bro. I just shat my taxes out. So my traveling money is like right now at a negative. But listen, if we could come with like a dope idea for that, I'd be down as fuck. I'd be downer than the syndrome for that. Cause essentially just be me dropping decks. Do you guys know what a cat is? It's a move in middle school when somebody's holding a tray of food and you hit the tray and you go cat, bitch. So that's what I'm gonna be doing at cardistry con. If I do go, I'm just gonna be going and catting niggas. What are they gonna do? Fight back? What, they're gonna fight back? They're cardisters. They've never done push-ups. They don't know martial arts. They do cardistry. Oh fuck, that killed me. I'm being too much of a bully right now, so I feel like I need to virginize myself again. I'm gonna go to a con just to see Piggy. Cardistry, my 50 cards. They'll throw some wicked cards. Yeah. Yeah, I'm down to go. Honestly, I'm down to go, Gentleman Wake. I'm just not gonna get the I won't get the fucking ticket for the con. I'll just show up and start catting niggas. Pandre and I were talking about it today. Damn, boy. That sounds like a hot episode of Hot Chips, right? That sounds like a hot episode of Hot Chips, if I've ever heard one. This is the extent of my cardistry. This is the extent of my cardistry. Right here, you see this? That's the extent of my that's the extent. That's a joke. I could do some flourishing. I don't call it cardistry because I'm not a virgin. I'll have to get a mask though. Honestly, I'd have to get some sort of mask. Yeah, I'll start swatting dudes' cards. I don't give a fuck. Are you serious? I'll start swatting cards, dude. How fun would that be? Are you serious? Did somebody say mask? Daniel, we definitely you know what we should have done? We should have hit up Casa de los Trucos and looked up some masks. I feel like that would have been a more productive time. What if you just reach in and grab one of their packets mid-Sybil? What are they gonna do? That's what I want to. What are they gonna do if I grab a packet mid-Sybil and say, "Hey, this is gay. Put the cards away. Where are the girls at? Huh? Where's that bar 8? No, where's that bar 2? But a Magic Convention 9. Where is she? Huh? Where's the makeup? I want to see where the isolation flourishes. It's completely deserved though. Hard work gets results. No, I agree, man. I was saying it earlier, gentlemen. I was saying it earlier that I'm really proud to see this, because this is just a small part of the fruits of your labor. And you know, even from when I just started to get to know you, I've always been very impressed and very motivated and kind of inspired by, you know, as gay as it sounds, inspired by your work ethic and, you know, the fact that you sleep at fucking 4 if it means finishing a video no matter what. So did you watch Xavier Spade stream? No, I didn't watch it. I was I forgot what I was doing. But yeah, he got triggered when somebody says that he stole it. Even though he has a video with Ray Cosby saying hey, you're now, it's your move now. It's your move now. So, like, hello? But if there's interest in me going to Cardistry Con, ooh. But did he, how did he see my Classic Pass? Was it in a video? Because that's my Classic Pass right there. See, that's... And I've never said I had a good Classic Pass, by the way. So if somebody said, oh, Pig Cake's bragging about it, then that's a fucking lie. Because I've always said my Classic Pass is fucking shit. Look at that. Yeah, look at that. I don't have... That's my Classic Pass. So if anyone thinks, oh, Pig Cake, you do... I do a good pass for me. But if you're comparing it to... Pretty much comparing it to fucking... So you have Xavier. And then you have my pass. Xavier's like God tier pass. My pass is like A Street hooker at 3 o'clock in the morning after witnessing my accident, you know. So he ripped on Jarek's pass. That's funny. But really, no, I want to see what he had to say about my pass, man. I want to see what he had to say. I'm sure that he was cringing hard as fuck, but my pass is pretty fucked. He saw it on my Instagram comp and he said, man, on the... Okay, then that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that from him. Let's see. He ripped on Jarek's pass. This is a prototype. This is a prototype. But the real one is going to be on Cartamundi. On Cartaimundi. Let's see if there's anything else hot here. Yeah, it's a prototype by NPC, so it's a nice prototype, but you get an idea of the actual back design of the cards here. You see that, the hotness, and then you see the Ladywake here, speaking of, right? And then let me see if I could get the Omarino. You see that? How hot is that? Couple goals. I keep saying that, but you guys think that I'm being a fucking troll. So listen, my pass is passable. Alright, my pass is passable. I've seen worse passes. I've seen, obviously, a lot of better passes. But for my purpose and for how I use it, I think that it's a passable pass. But obviously, again, there's no comparison to fucking... Is there a serious comparison for... There's not even a... So if Xavier's saying that it's a shit pass, it's a shit pass. Like, that's... He's the word of the law when it comes to doing passes. There was something else here. What was... Okay, so the last topic that I want to go over today is I was browsing through... I did it. I was browsing through the Magic subreddit. So our Magic. I was browsing through that because I do that from time to time. I think it's part of my virginity. It's part of my not seeing a vagina. But speaking of trying to see a vagina, I'll take that. So I was browsing through and I read a couple topics. One in particular about misdirection. About misdirection and where is a good resource for learning misdirection. Now, misdirection is one of those things that the resource for you to learn it is on you. Is on you. Right here. Right here. Yeah, I know that's a habit. Now you got me thinking about my fucking pass. Let me try to do it without the wiggle. Let me try to do it without any sort of wiggle. Right? I still have to fidget. Like, I feel like after doing a pass, I still have to do something. Either a riffle, right? So I either have to do a riffle, or I have to do like something, you know? I have to do something on it. But that's most magicians. You have a little bit of a fidgeting action there.
It's a hot one.
Oh, shit. I haven't seen that, I haven't seen Furman come up in a while. Is there hair on the alt key? Yep. Look at that. A little bit of a pube. That's actually from my beard. That's on a beard right there. Look at this. Ooh. That's a little bit of stanky trick. Hold up, there was something else here. JT Eberhardt, I recall the crotch scratch and misdirection on the King's Transpo. Luckily I have a lifetime of Hey man, good to see you here, dog. What was it? There was something else. Oh, misdirection. Okay, so somebody was asking me, or I was looking through the subreddit of the Magic subreddit, and they were asking for resources of misdirection. And I think one of the best resources, let's just wait for it to come up, is the Books of Wonder by Tommy Wonder. Tommy Wonder is one of the great proprietors of theory and practice when it comes to magic. And he is a proponent of not calling it misdirection, but referring it to what it is, which is direction. That's what I'm referring to right there. Now, the Books of Wonder 1 and 2 are being sold through Vanishing Ink, I believe. They're also sold through Penguin Magic. They used to be rare shit. You couldn't get even one volume for less than, I would say, probably $800. But now they've reprinted them, and they're very modest price. But he also has a 3 DVD set with LNL Publishing, where he also talks about direction and misdirection, his theory on that. And he's definitely one that is an excellent resource. If you haven't seen his 2 cups routine, that is a master class on fucking misdirection. That trick alone is enough to learn a lifetime of misdirection techniques, because his focus and everything is choreographed perfectly. But it's not just choreography, it's also the idea of, man, just fucking making sure that everything makes sense. Because one of the things that he talks about is, again, direction. You don't want to do misdirection. Misdirection implies that there is distracting, or that there's something sort of negative going on, whereas direction implies that you are directing attention as to where you want it to be. So there's a direction of attention, as opposed to, there's a focus rather than a diversion. That's what I'm going for here. So that's what I think is the better idea when it comes to misdirection. And it's one of those things that you really have to figure out on your own. So whereas a book like that could really lead you in a direction when it comes to one of the best thinkers of magic, then you really have to do it on your own, and you have to fail a lot. Man, you have to fail like a motherfucker. But I think that it's going to be worth it in the long run, because then if you get to the point where you're even a fraction of somebody like Tommy Wonder, then it's going to be an excellent thing for you. But somebody was just asking on the R Magic subreddit, and you know, I don't know if anybody mentioned the Books of Wonder as a great sort of treatise or tome, if you want to call it, about misdirection. But it's definitely a great one. You have to fail a lot. My moment has come. Yeah, you have to fail a lot, man. You really have to get busted. You really have to see what works, what doesn't work. And that's what people are afraid of. And honestly, you're a pussy. You can't be a pussy. You have to kind of be open. You have to be outgoing. You have to be ready for failure, because it could happen at any point. You know, the difference between failing and not failing is a millimeter. Somebody sees a little bit of a millimeter that's off. Maybe your palm is a little bit too much, and they see something. That's it. You're done. And how do you deal with that? Some people freak out. Some people are afraid of that. Some people are more afraid of that than death. But if you get over that, then you realize, oh, you know, this isn't bad. Even if I do fail, there's nothing really bad about this. I'm just going to laugh it off. So that's just my take on that. I know some people have different takes on misdirection. Some people have different opinions, different things. But I never thought of it like that. Look over here isn't great. Yeah, misdirection is not that. Misdirection is everything. It's body language. It's language itself. You can misdirect by just language, not necessarily body language. But a lot of people tend to just assume by the word misdirection about its sort of nefarious grounds, and you assume that it's a negative thing. It has a negative connotation. Mis has always had a negative connotation. So if you hear misdirection, you assume that there is a sort of distraction aspect to it, but it's more of a direction of energy, a direction of attention, as opposed to a misdirection of attention. So you're focusing on one thing, and then there's something peripherally that you might want to distract them from, but the direction on this particular thing is where this goes under, right? The offbeat is another one. Great point, Satchel. The offbeat's another thing that you really have to take advantage of, and magicians seem to have a hard time with that based on what I read and what I see. The offbeat is this moment that is a no point. So it's a point where you are not in focus. So when there's a spectator that's laughing, when a spectator is being asked a question, when they're relaxed, that's when you've created an offbeat, and that's where you should execute. I would say 90% of your sleights is in that offbeat. Now, the thing about that too is that you have to be genuine. Now, one of the biggest sort of indicators that something is about to happen is when a magician asks a ungenuine question. So a question that might not necessarily pertain to the situation, and spectators remember that and they catch on to that. And when they're reconstructing the trick in their head, they're gonna latch onto that a little bit because it just seemed out of place. They said, "Wait, he asked me my shoe size or whatever." Again, that's an exaggeration, but you have to find something that's natural to you. Ask a question that's germane to the situation. Don't ask a question that you've heard magicians use before and, assume that that's going to work for you, because it might have worked for them in that context, but it might not necessarily work for you in this context. So just think of what's natural to that situation and what's natural to the environment around you, as opposed to asking them some sort of dumb, are you right-handed or left-handed? Good job. Okay, let me just, that might work in some situations, but it might not work in all situations. So direction is key, and that's something that Tommy Wonder is really a huge proponent of. Lack of direction, like pig cakes of life after after high school. No, I was pretty direct with what I wanted to do. It was my life after high school that really took a turn. Got him. Do we have any takes on that? Any sort of difference of opinions? Every sort of questions, comments, concerns? Phone numbers, maybe, if you're a attractive male. When are you judging the meme contest? That video's coming up probably next week. That's probably going to be one of next week's video. I got to sit down with your boy Daniel. X says there's no thing of natural redirection or something. Everyone agrees X was not. That's funny. I don't know what he means. I need to see his actual opinion on what it is. There's no such thing as natural redirection or something. I need to see more of that situation or more of what he means. Call me. That sounds like a trap, man. That sounds like a T-rap if I've ever heard one. He didn't say that. Okay, never mind. But I have seen those streams where it's like, fix a trick, and it's like, hey, what do you guys think about this? You're right to point it out. You have to practice the moves until you forget you're doing them, so you can sincerely focus. Manage the audience. That's 100% correct. The moves should be second. The moves should be second in what do you call this? Second in your psyche, and the attention and the focus on the audience should be the first priority you have, because then if you're thinking, oh man, I'm about to do a pass right now, that's something that you exude with body language. I saw that cut in a commercial, this thing. Did you? Oh, that's funny. Actually, no, you saw this one. I think you saw this one. That's the one you saw. He says there's no such thing as a natural way to do anything with cards. That's true. That's true. Natural is indicated by the universe that you create when it comes to your performance. So when it comes to that, it's the you create a universe where things that may not be natural become natural because you do them. So for example, if you do a double lift like this, right, and then you turn over a single card like that, that becomes natural. That becomes a normal way of you turning the card over, because that's how you're fucking turning the card over. So whereas it might not be natural to them, it becomes natural to you in that performance because you've established it as a natural move. So he's right in the sense that there's no such thing as a natural way to do anything with cards. As a matter of fact, if you think about a lot of things that we do with cards, for example, if I'm showing this card, why do I have to turn it back face down to put it on a table? Why can't I just put it on the table face up? Well, that's because I need to turn it face down, because that's what's going to do the switch, right? So things don't make sense in Magic, but we kind of circumvent that again with direction and with this sort of universe that we create with every performance. Tell me how much you don't like Ana de Guzman. What? Damn, dude, that's kind of messed up. That's messed up. You don't like a fellow magician. Really, anything you do isn't natural. I was an actor, and what we do isn't natural on stage, but it looks natural to the audience. Yeah, that's another bit. That's another bit that works out. People from the theater, these nuts, the theater in the magic world do have a lot of overlap when it comes to that. But the thing that becomes really obvious is when you have a really big difference between how you are as a performer and how you are as a person, because people notice that. So I think that, for example, if you are you're a modest individual, you don't really talk aloud, you don't really project your voice, and then suddenly in performance you're screaming and you're saying, "So I want you to select a plane," like it doesn't seem. It's just that's cringy to me. Let's see. You're assuming a certain level of skill there, though. I don't know what you mean by that, Geraint. Ooh. Poppy. I'm glad that's my number, Poppy. Let's see. Yeah, most people who start acting have the problem with cheating out, and they focus on the lines they say, because that's the hard part. I think that's the initial hard part, is the idea of you trying to memorize this set of lines as opposed to you saying them. You saying them becomes second to you memorizing the lines. And that's, I think, what determines a good actor from a bad actor, is the fact that they're able to say the lines with conviction and belief of their own, as opposed to just saying them. So it's the same with a trick. Are you able to do a trick with conviction? Are you able to do a trick in a way that seems natural, at least to the participant? Again, natural being this term that refers to, I think, what you mentioned, not look liking you're doing something. So do a fan and then a deck vanish for my viewing pleasure, please. Yes, I could do that. Ooh, there you go. And I did it completely off of the fucking thing, but that's how I usually do it. Right? Like that. That's how. I don't know how that looked like on camera, but I'm sure that kind of looked like poop. I had that problem and then I overcame it. Masters in Opera here. I sang in Italy for 4 years. Got him. A good actor doesn't have to say lines. You can make a person cry with a show without saying a word. A good actor makes the audience interested and captivated with the piece. That's hot. Yeah, that's hot. There's a lot of like quotes and different bits of idiom for that, but at the same time, I think that just the genuine thing is just it's difficult. It's difficult. It's definitely not going to be for everyone. It is a practiced art, but I do think that there is a certain level of personality that you have to have, and there's a certain level of, I don't want to even say genetics, but there's a certain level of predisposition that you have to really make you stand out as a performer. So I don't think it's for everyone. Even if you've practiced a lot, I think that there's generally a difference between people that make it and people that are just trying to get to that grind, and it's something inward. So that's just my take. I know some people might disagree with that. Jazz magic. Well, jazz magic is interesting because it really helps you in your improvisational skills. So jazz magic really helps you when it comes to what do you call this, penis muncher. When it comes to you being able to, for example, get out of a sticky situation. If you didn't find a card, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. So it really helps you in being able to get out of a lot of situations and be able to not have to worry about ever messing up, because through jazzing it up, you'll be able to do and find whatever it is. One thing that I tipped on Patreon, which I think is a great idea, is always have a double backer on you. Always have a double backer on you, because if you have a double backer on you, that's the equivalent of carrying an invisible deck. So think about it, and you'll see that that works. So again, that's not jazz, but that is just nice little bit of an out there. But jazz magic is dope because you really have to be, you really have to have a lot of skill in order to jazz it up, because you have to have a lot of technique, you have to have a lot of things that you could back up to, you have to have a lot of sort of fail safes and different things that you have to be able to accomplish when it comes to jazzing it up. Always have a double backer just in case Houdini shows up. Yeah, you have to, yeah, just in case, so you could get him with that and be like, hey, see, look, it's good, it's good. I can't do it because I don't have a double backer here. Somebody said penis muncher. Did I say penis muncher? Yeah, I did say penis muncher. Jesus. Any more non-academy double backer tutorials, please? Well, I did one on the channel. I did the Houdini's, the trick that fooled Houdini. I did a couple other ones. I did do a lot of ones on the penis man. I did one on the piggybacker one, and I've done some on the channel. My favorite ones are the double backer routines. You know, where you're doing these whole bits, right? So there you could show that you have essentially a double back deck. That's a nice little bit of a hot technique. Oh shit, I messed up. I brought the wrong deck today. I brought the, oh man, I brought the double back, and then you could, you know, go into whatever it is you want from there. Is this I think that there's, yeah, I kind of messed it up. I kind of messed it up there. But I show one on the channel. That's a fairly dope one. These are nice. Let's see. Got him. Got him. Adios, Piggy. It's been real. Love you, man. Love you too, dog. Thank you for joining this hot stream. Thank you for joining this hot stream, dude. Yeah, it's you know, you're doing this display, the show, right? You're doing that whole little bit of a display to show the fact that you have double back cards up the ass. Oh, whoops. Kind of fucked that up, didn't I? Yeah, but there's a bunch of displays that you could do to show the double back. There's one like this. Let me just do an open one. This thing, right, where you're showing double backers like that, right? There's a bunch of different little techniques you could use to do that. Let me see if I could do it this way. Ooh. 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 I'll show you how I'm doing it. You ready for this? Look at all these double backers. Look at all these double backers. I'm showing backs. That's the bit. That's the bit. You see that? You could even do it like this. How good does this look? Look at this. How good does that look? Dude, how good does that look? It looks like there's fucking so many double backers here. That's a dope little bit of a display, right? Let me see. Now I messed this deck up.
That in that it was
Loose
done.
Cage, just subscribe. That's what's up, Brad Christian. You're not that dumb as fuck. There's a bunch of displays. Oh my god. Isn't this riveting? What's your go-to trick? Depends on the situation. I don't perform as much now as I used to, or as much as I would like to, but I do like Back in Time. That's the go-to one, right? That's the go-to standard that I go. But riffing it too. I think riffing it is a fun one. I have a couple different riffs that I like to do. Maybe this is one, right? You have the spectator touch any card, a face-up card, and you say, okay, 6 of hearts. That's cool. About how far from the top of the deck do you think that 6 is? You know, and then you make eye contact with them, and then when they look back down, you know, they see the fact that they have a little bit of a 6 of hearts meme. You say, you know what, I'll do it again. I'll do it again for you, sir. Like, we'll put it in the middle. About how far do you think that card is from the top? About 26. about one. I don't know if that's something that you're doing on purpose, but and then I'll go into a little bit of a riff on that. So that's a nice little bit of an intro. Another one that I like doing is there's Yamfa Can by R. Paul Wilson. Yamfa Can. It's an awful name, but it's a wonderful routine. That's one that I like doing. By R. the Paul Wilson. Ooh. Is there a natural way to have intercourse? I think the Vatican approved style is missionary. I want to learn your fanning style. Last night I finally discovered, and the end of the fan always got messed up. Well, it's the reason I do that, as I mentioned before, is because my left-handed fan sucks dick. 20 years of doing magic, and this is my left-handed fan. See that? So I circumvented that by just learning how to do a fan with my right hand and showing the faces. But I've noticed that by doing this way, I could actually show more of them, and it looks better. So how that looks like a nice little bit of a better display. You see that? As opposed to doing it with the left hand, which is kind of I guess, yeah, you could learn it with the left hand. I'm being lazy, but I learned it with my right hand. But the benefit is that learning a fan with your right hand, you could also guess what? You could also do a blank fan fairly easy. You could do a blank fan fairly easy. You see that? But how dope does that look? Right? There's also this technique. I remember doing this when I was younger, and I thought I made it up. Right? You do a little bit of a production here. A little bit of a card manipulation production here. It kind of looks dope from the front. Right? It looks like it splits into two. That's a little bit of a hot one I thought I made up when I was younger. There's another one. You could do a one-handed blank fan. That's kind of hot. Look at that. Boom, boy. Those are kind of hot. There's this one. I learned my one-handed fan from Jeff Sheridan. He was always one that had wide fans, and I try to copy it as best I can. Let me see if I could do this little bit of a heated one, just one of these. Ooh, yeah, boy. Ooh, yeah, son. Virginity. I'm a lefty, and that's how I fan. Yeah. I just enjoy this because for reasons, obviously, because I'm lazy and I don't want to learn to fan again. But when it comes to this, you could actually use it to force a card. I don't want to say much else. But fanning a deck like this becomes a lot easier to force a certain card on a spectator. If you're doing a 4 of a kind trick, you just go into it, or Roadrunner Colt into an ace production. I like that. I would pay money to watch her at Cardistry Con. Please find a way to record it. Daniel, if you're still up, do you want to make it happen? Daniel? We could do a little bit of we could do a little bit of that. What's it called? There's something else. Hold up, there was something I was mentioning something like this. There was something I was mentioning now, but I totally forgot. Oh, the ace production. Yeah, I'll probably end up doing something of a Cole, just because I'm a huge fan of the Cole. So as I'm taking out the jokers, or as I'm referencing the deck, like, is this a deck that you shuffled? Did you really mix this? Okay, all right. Okay, that's cool. We'll try this then. We'll try this. Let's see. Oof. Got him. All right, fun right there. See that? Hot. You could do that. I mean, that's a dope one. And going to Cardistry Con would be a tax write-off for you. Technically, you're right. Oh man, I could write it off of my fucking taxes. Jesus, man. That's so much fun. You know what I love? Daniel the other day tells me, hey dude, do you know that the Pixel 3 refurbished is like under $500 now? You could get it under $500. And then I saw that text at the same time that I got an email from my tax lady, pretty much. So I'm like, okay, yeah, that's cool, man. I'm glad they decide till now to do that when it comes to rape season. DTF. Great. DTF. My virginity points are never going to be established. Where's Cardistry Con? Where's Contestry Con? But sounds like an excellent vlog adventure. An actual genuine pig vlog. Ooh, I'm just staring at the camera right now. Trying to like... You could write the Pixel 3 off on taxing, needed for filming. Technically, yeah. Well, I do most of everything off my phone, so it's technically a business expense regardless. But, yeah, man, it's not a fun situation. Portland? Portland. Isn't that the place where they were doing the whole, I know Louis Theroux had the documentary about the polyamory. I think that was in Portland. It was polyamory in Portland with the fun video. I think the dude's name was Jerry, if I remember. Watching that documentary, this woman was with was with one guy that she was married to, but then she loved another guy, and she's like, "Hey Jerry, you need to." I saw the whole documentary; it was fucking insane. But she was telling Jerry that he needs to go up to bed because she's about to fuck this other stud. I was like, this is fun. This is a great relationship to be in. What does cardistry need? Playing cards. The faces don't matter anyway, so not create non-spat. Are you trolling? Are you trolling? I'm fairly sure the cardistry con won't be at that woman's house. No, but the whole documentary was about Portland, the Portland polyamory swinging odd scene. So it wasn't just in this woman's house. RB. It was throughout the entirety of that. No, they do have cardistry cards without any faces or just the same face. I don't have one here, but when UME showed me that for the first time, I lost my shit because I'm like, why would anybody buy cards that just have the same shit on all of them? Oh, because you're doing this whole thing. Let me see if I could do one of these. Look at that. How hot is ancient cardistry moves right here. Ooh. Let's see how long I could carry this sequence here. Ooh, fucked it up. Drop the card. Ooh, no. Okay, too late. I fucked it up. I want to make a hard one here. I'm grateful that I'm withdrawing from heroin because I could watch your live stream. I'm glad. I'm glad, Seamus. I'm glad that's a thing. How does this look here? That looked like shit. But can I do Mockingbird? I'm not familiar with these virgin ass cardistry fucking names. Alright? I'm not familiar with it. So don't tell me a name like Mockingbird and then I'll assume like I know what that is. I don't know what the fuck these moves are. Somebody said, "Oh, that reminds me of Squoze" the other day. I'm like, you mean? Oh, I don't want to get into the rant again. But if I do go to Cardistry Con, I will find a way to hopefully convert the virgins there into pussy-seeking males. All right, so that's gonna be my pitch if I do like an actual whole documentary on Cardistry Con. You know, I'll make sure to fuck that up. Jesus. Take from last time, cause got him. Was that the Parlour prototype? Yeah, it is. Look at that. Parlour deck prototypes right here, dog. That's what I was talking about in the early part of the stream. Any tips on face-up startler? Yes. I could do that. I could show you some tips on the face-up startler. It's definitely a hard one to get smooth, but the idea is you want to push, right? So you're gonna push with your thumb, and then the wiping motion of this thumb, the left-handed thumb, That's what covers that action. So it really does have to be managed well for the angles, because if you do it correctly, it just looks like it just changes as your thumb is passing up. That's the illusion. So you're setting up the move, right? You're setting up the move right here, just like this, so that the thumb is what's going to facilitate the change, supposedly. But you're getting back to this position. You notice that you're getting back to the starting position with your fingers like this. But then when you use your thumb to push it off, you're getting back to that same position, which is where the change should take place. The change should look like you're just rubbing and stroking this thumb across the length of the card, and it changes. So at speed, let me see if I can do it here. See? It looks like a very nice, it just looks like your thumb passes across and it changes. That's different from the airbrush, because the airbrush is that you're using you're using kind of like the flexing of the cards to facilitate the actual change itself. So I can't do it that well, to be honest, the airbrush. But to me, the face-up startler is something that it's just a very nice and beautiful way to change a card or make it vanish. You could also show that the jack changes and disappears entirely, you know. So where did the jack go? Oh, there it went. There it went. Let's see if I can do this color change. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard to do on camera. Oh, I fucked it up. I fucked it up. Let's see. Hold up. Stop. I can do it. There you go. There you go. That looks dope. A fucking wide, not wide angle camera. There you go. Fuck. That was rough. But it's the Ed Marlowe face-up starter change. Great one. I'm a virgin. I bet after 7 years, Assange can't even classic pass. Yeah, he got fucking caught, man. Busted. Busted. Does that deck have a gimmick card in it? I heard there's a secret gimmick card. Yeah, but this one, the prototype doesn't have it. The prototype doesn't have it right there. Do you think that torrenting old magic books is immoral? That stuff is out of print and costs thousands. I don't think so. TBH, if it's like a really, really old, out of print, can't get it anywhere else, and you happen to find it somewhere, I don't think, me personally, there's anything wrong with that. Especially if it's one of these old, super crazy, fucking hard-ass books to get, because honestly, where else are you gonna get it? Are you gonna go to the fucking magician motherfucking library? But I just think that if it's like a really old, out of print thing, there's definitely a lot of places online. I don't like risking the sanctity and security of my computer by going around, especially VPN-less. So I rather not do that. Is that tape on your laptop? No, this isn't tape. This is the Surface Pro 4 cover that's peeling. It's peeling because I've used this like a motherfucker. This laptop has served me so well. Served me so well. So it helped launch Pig Cake, the Pig Cake. So I'm grateful to this shit, but clearly it's seen better days. Whoever wrote that book would likely want you to have the information therein. Yeah, but it really old books. There's a lot of like out of print, really rare books that again you would have to pay thousands of dollars for, or if you just find a PDF. So I don't think anybody would be selling that, but it is hopefully, it's a very wishy-washy topic, because technically you are stealing. You are stealing because it's something you're not purchasing. But at the same time, I do think that the person that you've taken it from, you can't pay the author. It's out of print. From whence comes the name Pig Cake? I think I've said that before. I've said it before. That's the word came. The origin of that. That was my first stream ever. If you look up the start here on the Pig Cake live streams on Patreon, if you look at the first stream, I say where Pig Cake came from. Go get that info. I say this as an academic. Yeah, those are always fun. Looking for textbooks. I remember college. That was a fun one. There was a bitch that I had in college that one of her required readings that you had to buy in the course was her textbook that she authored. And we used it once in the entirety of the fucking course. I'm like, oh, okay, bitch. Try to sell that shit back. You'll get fucking 20 cents for it. What would a pig cake 3-card Monty look like? I don't even know. Probably have some sort of twist, TBH. I know that I have some Monty routines out there. I know that I put this little thing somewhere, if I remember correctly. Let me see if I could find it. If I did this. But it's a nice little bit of an end to a 3-card Monty routine. That's something I liked. It's like a little bit of a transpo here. But you show the money card in the middle. This would be the last phase, right? And you pretty much take the money card, right, and you could put it on a table or somewhere aside, and then when you ask the spectator just to name where they think the money card is, of course there's a transposition. So the 2 jokers are the ones that you put on a table, and the money card is the one on your hand. So that's a little bit of a hot one, but that's just I think I've taught that before, but it definitely makes use of a wonderful little bit of a hot principle, of a hot Brother John Hammond switch. So I got fooled. Hey boy, I'm glad, dog. That's the point. That's the point. I said, handwritten notes, the $100 or 30 pages. Good times. Fucking A, man. It's a scam. You're super talented and hilarious. Thank you for not just being a wealth of knowledge, but also super funny. Thank you, immersive holographic illusionist Pete Michael. Sorry, I really do thank you for those kind words. Anytime, of course, somebody circumvents the standard meme comment of saying you gay, I do appreciate hearing those comments whenever they comment. I'm glad you do enjoy the stuff I put out here, dog. Fundamental, cool, cheers. I watch a stream and he didn't say. I think it's a myth and he just sends people to that video for the sweet dollar. I don't know who you're talking about, man. Who are you talking about? Oh, I watched that stream. Oh yeah, really? Oh, I could have sworn that I mentioned it. I know I mentioned it in the first stream, and I think I mentioned it in probably the 3rd stream ever. I mentioned where the origins of the name Pig Cake came from. It's really not an exciting origin. You on your first stream, right? Ugh. Ew, get a room. Get a room, dog. Think about it this way. If you didn't have to worry about money, would you give knowledge for free? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, that's me, though. Clearly. Clearly, I think I would definitely do this, but unfortunately, there are things that require payment in order to continue. So that's one unfortunate thing. But if I could, yeah, for sure. Then pirate the goddamn ancient books. The professor made us buy his. How about the mixtape, Stefan? Have you ever had a professor sell his mixtape or make you get his mixtape? How long have you been practicing magic, and does it help you? I think 19-20 years now, man. About 19 to 20 years. So it's been quite a bit of a fucking long time. Nah, man, it's not a pirate policy stream. There's certainly a level of pirating that's not beneficial, especially for the small creator. Now, granted, those things have been exaggerated. You know, I do want to say that I did read a post by Justin Miller, man. I read it on Instagram, and I'm like, okay, I understand that some people that may pirate your effect may have been interested in purchasing it and want to save the money, but at the same time, to say that you lost $14 million on people pirating your effect, most people that pirate aren't gonna purchase the object anyways. They're not gonna watch the video, they're not going to purchase the thing anyways. That's why they're pirating it. So those are dollars that you weren't going to gain anyways. So you really can't make a correlation between saying, oh, look at all these people that pirated my stuff. Granted, I do think that if you are pirating something that somebody's actively trying to sell, that isn't a good thing. That isn't necessarily a good thing, because, you know, they are trying to make money from that. But at the same time, if you're pirating it, you're more likely not gonna have purchased it anyways to begin with. So you can't make the correlation and say, oh, look, 40,000 people downloaded my video. That means that it's 40,000 times, let's say, $9 that I'm selling it. You know, that doesn't make sense, because 40,000 people were gonna buy your product. You know, you're gonna have an audience. You're gonna have people that you're gonna sell, that you're gonna market to, but it's not gonna equate to this wonderfully inflated number. And then to say that YouTube is also a part of that, that's ridiculous. Now, granted, again, I'm not advocating for piracy of things that people are trying to actively sell. I'm not actively saying that. I think that that's a bad thing. If someone were to pirate my stuff, I wouldn't necessarily be happy about that. Again, there's nothing I could do about it, but it's nothing that it's not gonna be the end of the world. You know, it's not gonna be the end of the world for me, because those are things that people wouldn't necessarily have bought anyways. You know, so to say, oh, like, okay, look, 40,000 people pirated my video. That means that I lost on, let's do the fucking math. Let's assume that 40,000 people, right, pirated a video that I made, right? 40,000 people. Let's say I sold it for $15. To say I lost out on $60,000, that doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever, because those are 40,000 people that wouldn't have bought my fucking shit anyways. You know? So that really doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So it's still kind of a weird thing to make that as an argument. Now, again, is pirating good for Magic? I don't think so. You are spreading knowledge, so people are getting access to that information, but at the same time, it does come at the expense of something that somebody's trying to sell, that he doesn't want you to have access to. So you could argue from that point and say, yeah, it's immoral that you're downloading my shit, and it's immoral that you're downloading my stuff without paying for it, because it's something that I spent money developing, I spent time developing, and I'm trying to sell it to do something. But to say, look, I lost out on $14 million, that's a non-argument. That's like, to make that argument tells me how little you know about the situation, I would assume. That's just me. Again, that's my opinion. But I remember reading that Justin Miller post and him quantifying that math, and I'm like, huh? And the fact that he directly called out people like Xavier Spade. He didn't call me out. And where's my call out? All right, I want to be called out too. I want people to say, yo, Pigcake is ruining Magic. I want that, because I'll fucking argue with you. I will fucking argue with you. Like, it doesn't make any sense. But he called out certain people, you know, obviously the usual: Alex Pendrake, Xavier Spade, Chris Ramsey. What about Pigcake? I want to be called out too. I want to be fucking called out. And that's an argument you're not going to win. I'm sorry, that's an argument that you're not going to win. Because to say that what I'm doing is killing Magic is fucking ridiculous. That doesn't make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, but the opinion changed. Opinions changed, you know. So it's a natural thing. Something might have gone into his ear, might have changed his opinion. But to say that, you know, what I'm doing, this fucking community, I think, is a wonderful thing for fucking Magic. You know, it's a wonderful thing. The fact that I can have this is a back and forth sort of idea. I just don't understand how you could say that something like YouTube. Now, there is a difference. There is a difference in people that are making exposure videos. That is something that's a different argument altogether. But I think if I'm showing you how to do a double lift on YouTube, who am I fucking, really? Like, how the fuck does that take food off of your plate? Idiot. Just like how you retail, budget shrinks into the plan. You got to budget piracy into your digital sales. The guy that stole a video game isn't going to buy it anyways. 100% true. Now, again, I'm not saying piracy is good. Now, if there is an old out of print book that you can't get anywhere else and you find it, okay. All right, it's out of print. All the money has been pretty much drained at that point. So all the money that could have been spent on that has been spent. Okay? But to quantify it, to say that 30,000 people downloaded a particular product, so therefore I lost on $50,000. That's not the way that works. That's not the way that works. It's not good, it's not right, but you didn't lose on that money. That's money that wouldn't have gone to you anyways. So, you know, And you're when you put a thing, you're risking that happening. When you put a product out there, unfortunately nowadays this happens a lot with Magic. This happens a lot with fuck. I even want to say, if you put a patent out there with Kickstarters, it's happening constantly, and it's a fucking shitty situation. You put a product on Kickstarter, they're printing it in China within the hour. Within the fucking hour, they're 3D printing that motherfucker. They're finding ways to make it and ways to sell it and undercut you so that they could sell it to the businesses and fuck you up. So that's happening more so in, you know, the industry and the electronic business. In Magic, it does happen because people are selling your product for $2 in the Chinese market. It happens. But unfortunately, that's the reality of coming out with products in 2019. So what do you have to do? You have to factor that in. I've never taken a fucking business class, but even I know that that is part of exactly what Lindsay Harvey said. You have to factor in the fact that there's going to be a loss in either some sort of piracy, that there's going to be some sort of theft. Walmart does it. CVS does it. They all have these budgets that are allocated towards the possibility of people stealing your shit. So it just really upset me, that post, because it was very generalized. It was very ill-informed, I would say, and it was definitely something that could really mislead impressionable minds that read that and think this is gospel, this is true. It's not. It's not fucking true. Like that's mathematically incorrect and it's logically incorrect. So I'm sorry, Justin, but that post didn't make much sense. I do honestly feel bad that people did download the video because it is something you spend time and effort, but at the same time, I don't think that your argument makes sense. So there you go. So let's go through the comments here. Trust me, you level so above. You're always hyped when I get notifications. Thank you. There's a line between being able to make money with your passion and giving it back so others can have their lives. Some people forget about that line. Take Cake doing his thing. No, I mean, it is just kind of frustrating to see that argument and to see that, because it doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. And to say, oh, people are doing it for likes and clicks. If you saw how much money I made on YouTube this year, you would see how obvious it is that I'm not just doing this for the money. Obviously, there are things I need to pay. Obviously, you need to make a living. Obviously, you need to pay bills. Obviously, there are things that you can't avoid in life, right? So, you know, luckily through the academy, I'm hopefully giving something to the community. You guys are giving something back to me. And I'm grateful for that, because I could do this and do this, you know, without having to worry necessarily about those things. But at the same time, to fucking say that this is harming, like, that's a non-argument. That's a non-fucking argument. Love the Ace video. Yeah, I saw it. That shit was dope. Seamus. I don't know, man. I can't really say much about that. You just need to diversify and invest. Change your title to Justin Miller beef. It's not beef, man. It's just an opinion. He put his opinion out there. It's incorrect. Even though it's an opinion, he's trying to state fact, and it's not correct. So, I mean, that's pretty much what that is. It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. But, you know, I forgot what I was going. I was ranting on Magic. I was ranting about Magic on YouTube and people having the assumptions of, you know, what we do here being detrimental to the Magic community. Such an asinine argument. Let's see what else we got here. Granted, they can have their items held at customs and refused when imported, but it doesn't happen unless you're in a product worth billions. Any advice about performing in a bar? Think about it seriously. Bars are rough, man. Bars are rough because people don't give a fuck. You're involving alcohol in the situation. You're involving, you're involving all sorts of different factors, lighting, audio. So there's a lot of different things that you have to pretty much do it. Okay, that's what I was mentioning. That's what I was mentioning about likes and views. That seems to be something that I hear a lot. I hear a lot of these people on Instagram and on these other platforms complaining, look at these magicians killing magics for likes and views. What the fuck sense does that make? What do you mean for likes and views? Huh? What? Again, if you saw how little I made on YouTube, that wouldn't even be a fucking argument. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Likes and views. Oh, hey, FPL, let me pay the light bill with likes and views. Sorry, I can't. Oh, okay. Turns out they need capital. They need capital in order to keep the light on. Okay, that's cool. The light, what the fuck kind of dumb argument? it's it's likes and views. Like, I care about that. I make videos again because magic is something that I've had a very big passion for since I fucking learned it 20 fucking years ago. So to say that, oh, you're doing this for likes and views, you're fucking retarded. You are fucking retarded, because what can I do with likes and views? Nothing. I can't do shit with likes and views. The likes and views that I get are not even like, they're fucking like nothing. So I'm doing this again because I have a passion for magic. I am enjoying that I have a platform that I could teach it without actually having to actively be in front of you. I could teach you magic. I don't have to be in front of you to teach you magic. And then on top of that, I could teach people magic from a beginner's perspective, showing you guys things that I've learned. You know? So it's like, what about this is harming the community? You dumb cunt. What about this is harming the community? You cunt. Like, let me just... Seriously, like, there's nothing about this. Okay, exposure videos, yeah, those are harming the community. Those are also obviously also harming the individual, because you're trying to come out with a product, you're trying to invest in that product, and you're trying to, you know, put the time and effort and the money that you spent developing that into something that could be a return on itself. But that's not the entirety of what YouTube magic is, and you're not calling those people out. You're calling people that do what I do, which is tutorials on YouTube. That's who you're calling out. You're calling us uncreative. You're saying we don't have the capacity to come up with any sort of thought. So what the fuck? What argument is that? That's an argument from ignorance. That's an argument from ignorance that you're coming up with, and you're generalizing without having any knowledge of whatever the fuck you're talking about. So that was a long rant, but I think it's worth it. I think that was worth it. Honestly, people who started magic from Justin Miller, he forgets that. Okay, but it's not about it's not about him. It's about the whole argument. He was just the post that I saw the most recent, and it bothered me because he was making math that doesn't make fucking sense. He was doing math that didn't make any sense. Let's just, again, me as an example, right? Let's just say, right, the Vogue project. So I sell that Vogue project $15, right? People that bought it. That's it. So people that bought it. I marketed it. I showed it on YouTube. I tried to push it on Twitter. I tried to push it on Instagram. People bought the product, right? Let's say for some reason you go to, I don't know, Pirate Bay, and you find the Vogue project on Pirate Bay. You download that. You weren't going to be someone that bought Vogue to begin with. You weren't going to buy it to begin with. So you download it, you get it, you watch it. You weren't going to buy it. So I can't say that that's a loss, because it wasn't going to be in the factor to begin with. So how does that make any sense to say, oh, look, I lost $15? No, those were $15 that didn't exist. Those were $15 that didn't exist to begin with. So you didn't lose that money because that money wasn't yours. That money wasn't going to be spent. You see what I mean here? You see the math? Am I wrong with my math? I think I'm correct with my math here. Right? That's not a way to look at it. That's the only way to look at it, because that's the only factual and logical way to see it. That money is not there to begin with. If you're on that website and you're looking for that product, you weren't going to be somebody that's going to purchase that. Maybe it might have been converted. Maybe there's a small percentage of people that might say, wow, this is a good enough product. This is so good that I'm actually going to go out of my way and buy it. But that's a small fucking percentage that's a fraction of a fraction that are going to look at something, they're going to torrent it, and then they're going to support the person that made it. That's going to be a small fraction of an audience. That might be the only people. And that's a positive, but there's no negative, because that money's not there to begin with. You can't say you lost $14 million because those $14 million were not in the equation. You see what I'm making appear? Logic. If somebody could edit that. Oh, what's this? Logic. Like, seriously, man. It doesn't fucking make any sense. Something requiring a gimmick? Well, if it's something that requires a gimmick, it's the same thing. It's the same exact argument. If you download it, you're either going to have to make the gimmick or buy it to have the gimmick there. You know? Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense. So it's the same argument. I think he was talking about Freedom Pack. You know, his Freedom Pack, which I never got. But, I mean, from the demo, it looked like a cool thing. But, again, you can't say that that's money that you lost because it wasn't money in the equation to begin with. So I don't know. That's what I'm just saying. So that's my take on that little post that I made. It really upset me reading that. And it really, again, upsets me every time I see one of these people say that we're not creative. We're not thinking. Just because I'm not putting a paywall in front of my tutorials on YouTube. You know? So would it be an issue if I teach something on Patreon, for example, and I put a paywall there? Would that be fine? Like, would that be fine if I'm teaching something that technically is like, there's no fucking... Oh, boy. Stigmata was my first Magic buy, and after a decade. Ooh. Damn, boy. I mentioned Stigmata the other day, because Stigmata is a fantastic effect. Here's the gimmick right here. You see that? Here's the gimmick. I have it on me. Sankey is a great argument for YouTube tutorials being in a great way to send money. Yeah, but then the argument. Let me just use Sankey as an argument here, because Sankey, again, he's a wonderful businessman. He's an excellent marketer. He's been doing this, you know, forever. He's a very creative magician. So they don't mention him. I've never seen anybody mention Sankey, right? That's kind of odd. He still does tutorials on YouTube. But wait, I'm negatively affecting the Magic community, but Sankey isn't negatively affecting the Magic community. How does that? The only thing that's Sankey's tricks are from his own website. Sankey's tricks are from himself. He's producing his tricks. He's shipping his tricks. Yeah, he's having third-party manufacturers do it, but it's going through Sankey. I haven't seen a Sankey thing come through Murphy's Magic. I haven't seen a Sankey object come through Penguin in a while, through Murphy's in a while. These are all things that he's doing himself. So if anything, he's not helping the Magic community. He's helping himself, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're basing it off the argument, right? If you're basing it off the argument that, oh, what I'm doing on YouTube, showing people that I'm lifting 2 cards instead of 1 is a detriment to the Magic community, but it's okay when he's doing it, even if he's helping himself. It doesn't fucking make sense. Because they are his and not someone else's. Yeah, but what the fuck is Magic, man? What the fuck is most Magic? Most Magic is variations on variations. It's things that were developed, that you made in your own. Maybe if you created effects. Very few effects are original. Very few effects. And yeah, Sankey is one of the best ones for coming up with his own effects. But so, if, for example, if I teach this trick, right? If I teach this trick where you look at this card, right? I turn the deck over secretly while you're staring at the card. You put it back into the deck. I put this deck behind my back. I say, hey, I'm going to find your card with one hand behind my back. I did it. I spread it, and I show that there is in fact one card that's now turned over, and it happens to be your card. If I teach that trick on a channel, which I have, what negative effect on the Magic community does me teaching that have? What negative effect on the Magic community does that have? It's not mine. Maybe I could teach a variation, as I have, right? I've taught variations of that before. I've taught many variations that were my own, from my own understanding. They're things that I've developed myself without, you know, looking into anybody else's shit. I've taught that on YouTube. That's my own. So how is that affecting the Magic community negatively? I think that they're really creative, but to say that I'm not creative because maybe I haven't come up with something that you've come up with, like, how does that make sense, dude? Your arguments are dumb. Damn. I want to argue with one of these people. I honestly want to get him on a stream, and I want to have a back and forth. Honestly, I think that'll be a great stream, because it's gonna be great. I think it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a good, a good thing just to hear these arguments being demolished. I learned that trick from Pornhub. Yeah, Pornhub. Pigcake68. Follow me on Pornhub. These nuts. Do you think that you're an easy target because of your humor? Yeah. People undermine not to sound like I'm full of shit, but I'm gonna sound like I'm full of shit. People undermine my knowledge of magic, and they undermine me as a performer because I make cunt jokes, and I've said nigga a couple times, and I make pussy jokes on some videos. I don't do that as much anymore, but in the earlier videos, if you look at that, you're like, oh, this guy, all he does is curses. But it's very easy to undermine that and not think that I do have a genuine love and appreciation, and I have a great deal of respect for magic. So I mean, good, undermine me, because then, you know, you come with a fucking argument and you're not gonna expect, you know, anything of value to come out of my mouth. But unfortunately I do think, because it's 20 years of passion, practice, dedication, craft. So there you go. I'm only here to see you swear on YouTube. Nice. Oh, it's been phenomenal. I think this has been a great stream, man. This has been a fantastic stream. I'm gonna keep this up. I'm gonna take the other one off. I didn't enjoy that stream. I enjoyed this stream in particular. Didn't Xavier have that opinion initially? Which one? Oh yeah. He's mentioned that. He's mentioned that. We had a really good conversation, me and him, about, you know, him being against YouTube, and initially being on the other side of the fence until he actually did YouTube. And then he said, oh shit, this is what I've been missing out. Yeah. So he had the same sort of take on it until, you know, he actually learned what it was. So I don't know. I just think it's a dumb thing. Twitch, I'm not a fan of Twitch, to be honest. I like YouTube just for the simplicity. I tried to do Twitch for a little while, and it was just so fucking complex to do anything that I'm like, nah. YouTube, I just press that and then it's good. If I want to see my analytics, it's all one screen. Twitch is like, oh, you gotta click here and here and here, and then here's your homepage, but then your dash. I'm like, nah, fuck that. So I like YouTube, even though YouTube's been sticking their you know, in my on my magic style. Yeah. That's something that he's told me about. That is something that he's told me about. The idea that he thought I was just all cursing and all dick jokes, but then he started watching it and paying attention. And, you know, I think one of the best compliments I've ever gotten was that you know, that the positivity that came out of that he pretty much just changed his opinion just because he saw me mention names and me credits and me talk about locations and me do that. And I'm like, oh, you know, that's fucking great that he saw that. I'm glad that that's something that's conveyed, even though, you know, I forgot. I'm trying to think. Even though I did find a deck with a cummy deck in a dumpster, that the mind behind that is something that's put some thought into that. So it was a good compliment when he said that. I think he mentioned that if you think that I'm all jokes, then you don't know. You really haven't watched my stuff. Just be honest with yourself. Think of anyone that truly dislikes and figure out what you don't. It's usually jealousy. That's true. That even happens to me. I think it boils down to them being jealous and not liking you and saying that it's hurting the magic community. Yeah, because it's fear, man. It's fear. I had a good conversation with somebody. I'm not going to say who, but I had a good conversation with a very well-known magician where he said, there you go. That's a hint. But he said that, you know, I think people are afraid of lay people finding out secrets because magic's all they have. So once your trick is exposed, or once maybe you have like a double lift, maybe if a spectator happens to know double lift, you're there standing naked in front of a group of people. Who are you then? You know? And I'm not saying that, oh look, lay people found my double lift through YouTube. Again, the instances where that's happened are fucking few and far between. But, you know, oftentimes magicians only have magic. So what happens when that magic is gone. So what happens if the method is gone? What happens if the secret is gone? You're there standing naked. And most of these people are afraid that if they're standing naked, they have nothing else to fall back on because all they have is magic. And I think it was a great conversation because it really kind of puts it in perspective, you know? Like, oh, okay, so maybe I should fucking... Maybe magic should be second in my fucking life, you know? So, be a person first. It was Lee Asher. I wish it was Lee Asher. I might meet up with Lee in May. He doesn't live that far from here, so I think that I'm gonna meet up with Lee. No, I wasn't. It wasn't Lee Asher. I was a very well-known magician. But I think that's it. I think that's gonna be a hot stream. Thank you guys, man. Really, I think this was a great stream. Definitely better than yesterday's. I do apologize yesterday. I don't know what's wrong with me. I was hanging out with Daniel. I felt like shit. Today, I think I feel much better. So thank you guys for joining this hot stream. Thank you guys for being a part of it. I've chosen magic over pussy. Oh man, what else? What am I shilling? I don't know what I'm shilling, man. I'm not shilling anything. You guys have a fantastic night. I'm gonna go and figure out different ways to